All right, so we're starting off with a basic side lateral, and on these, I'm not really into the shoulders back, drive your scapula down or any of that. I just like to let everything move freely. I do like to really focus on having the dumbbells come out to the side instead of letting them sneak out in front. And I don't really do the whole tip your hands down thing either. I don't particularly like that internal rotation on my shoulder for shoulder health. So anyways, we're going to just start here with the basic side lateral, 25 reps, and I'm sure it is going to cook. Normally I work up to about 40-pound dumbbells for a set of like 8, something like that. I'm only doing 20s, and the first set I just finished. The first set wasn't too bad. The second set was awful. It starts burning really bad around 15, so the last 10 is just basically just fighting through pain. So 2 sets here, time to move on. Okay, next on the rear delts, we're using the cable pulley today so we can get a little bit more range of motion. You can see we can reach across our body and really stretch our rear delt a little bit more. These burn, but I'm used to higher reps on rear delts, so I kind of knew this was coming. It hurts, but I'm used to it. Try to really stretch your rear delt, get a full range of motion, and bring your when you bring your wrist down, flex your rear delt too. So try not to lose tension. Try to keep the tension locked in there. So we're doing 2 sets. Put one hand on top on one set. Then when you do the second set, make sure you flip your hands and put the other hand on top, so everything is getting the right angles or the same angles. If you don't have the cables, that's okay. You could do a reverse fly on a pec deck, or you could just use dumbbells. Certainly those are 2 phenomenal exercises that I really built my rear delt using those exercises. So if you don't have the cables, don't sweat it, do those instead. All right, now we're going to the Y raises. A measly 10 pounds. The first 10 reps, I was kind of like, this is so light. And then once I hit 12, it wasn't light anymore. And from about 15 to 25 was fire. So those are tough. It's a little bit of front delt, a little bit of side delt. You get a little bit of both, really. Real underrated exercise. I didn't even start doing these until, I remember I was in England doing a seminar with Eugene. Was the first time I really started doing these. So maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. But anyways, Y raises, 2 sets of 25 here, and don't overestimate your strength. 25 reps is a lot of reps on this exercise. The angle we've got pretty upright. So if you notice, it's sitting up at a pretty high incline. That just makes it a little harder on the way up. So you can play with the angle, but that's the angle that I feel is the most stressful for us. All right, so now we're doing a press. Now I'm taking these down to about parallel. I'm not going down real low with them. The reason why is because, well, my shoulders hurt really bad in a bad way the next day when I go real low on these. So I just kind of work the top half of the range of motion. When I drive the weight up, I am squeezing my delt at the top. I mean, it is cooking pretty good. So I go with about a medium grip, and again, I just drive the weight up and squeeze, nothing fancy, but I'm intentionally just doing the top half of the rep on these. I just find that my shoulders just get a little too banged up when I bring these down lower. If you want to bring them down lower, you're more than welcome to. This is the way I do them. So 2 sets of 25 here. So if you don't have this exact machine, you probably don't, you could use any other machine press. If you don't have any kind of machine press, you could do a dumbbell press, the same thing essentially. So you need to use dumbbells. Either way, you're gonna feel the burn. All right, so that wraps up 200 reps. The shoulders are burning, they're on fire. Now, how would you use these realistically? Because this is a little different, 200 rep workouts. So my thought is a couple things. If your joints are beat up, if you just need a little bit of a break from the pounding, from the heavy weight, you could put these in just for relief for a couple weeks on your joints. Also, sometimes people just have a hard time feeling a muscle group work. Sometimes the higher reps will allow you to feel a little bit better, a little bit more burn in the target muscle. So just something a little different to maybe feel the muscle working and burning, or something to just give your joints a break. Now, the reason why I don't think this is a good long-term strategy is because the lighter weights can build muscle, but you have to take them to failure. So with a heavy weight, you've got all the muscle fibers trying to produce force to move the weight. So they all get engaged, they all work hard, providing you're getting somewhere near failure. But with a lightweight, you got to fatigue all the fibers that are kind of starting, and then more fibers come into play. Then they get fatigued, and then more fibers come into play. So the weight is light enough so that not all the fibers are, we'll call it, engaged at the beginning. So the reason why that's hard is just because it burns so bad. And some people just don't have the pain tolerance to go to complete failure with a light weight. And then to just do that set after set after set, it's much harder than people realize. So I hear people talking about, well, I can just do light weights and get the same benefit. Yeah, you can, but that's provided you do it correctly. I'm guessing that most people just can't go to real failure set after set after set with that much burning, that much pain. I just don't think it's realistic for most of the people out there. So I think these 200 rep workouts are good to use for specific reasons, but I wouldn't like make a 12-week program out of this. I don't think that would work.